you buy a ticket, text a friend, write a note, or take a phone message for a housemate, you're using communication skills. We all have communication skills. We use them every day. By understanding what these are and how we can improve them, we can communicate more effectively, both at work and in our personal lives. Communication means sharing information with others. There are many ways to do this. Some are basic, others are more advanced. Basic communication skills are things like speaking, listening, reading and writing. But there are other associated communication skills which are less obvious, like understanding body language or understanding cultural differences. Some of the obvious forms of communication at work are skills like asking for help or following the company's telephone procedures. There are many others. Mobile phone etiquette, giving and receiving instructions, listening and understanding are some more.
Unlike a lot of work places, all your employees are under the one roof. Our workplace is up to 20 houses being built at the one time out there somewhere, and so we need to keep in constant contact with our tradesmen and our supervisors, etc. So we used to do it by two-way radio, which was and everyone else could hear, and it was quite time-consuming and a bit difficult because you'd be in the office and you'd be working on something and the radio would go off, and it was just and sometimes it was to get some materials on site or to talk to one tradesman who was wanting to know something from another tradesman. Well, of course, since mobile phones have come, the tradesmen quite often, because they've worked together for many, many years, they'll liaise together. For instance, the plumber and the electrician getting and concreter getting a slab in the ground. I mean, we're involved, but it's the communication, the improvement in communication is fantastic.
There are also more subtle, everyday forms of communication too. Negotiating and persuading effectively, or even reading independently, are a couple of examples. We all use communication skills when we share information, speak clearly and directly, use languages other than English, or even write so that the reader can understand. Less obvious communication skills include things like being assertive but not aggressive, empathizing or feeling what others are feeling, establishing and using networks, even using numbers, arithmetic or mathematics effectively. One often overlooked form of everyday communication is your image. How you dress and groom yourself, use body language, even your manners are forms of communication which say a lot about you and what you're thinking.
Certainly, appearance is high on our agenda, quite simply because we do sell ourselves as a professional service. So we need to make sure that our guys, when they do go out on site, they do look professional. So the guys around the office will usually wear a business shirt, unbuttoned collar like what I've got at the moment. But when they go out on site, that gets buttoned up, the tie goes on, and they're professional because we actually probably command a higher dollar than our competitors. So we make sure that our appearance is above par as well.
Being able to match your type and style of communication to the particular situation is very important. Think of waiters in cafes and restaurants. At the same time as taking orders and serving food, they must communicate in a variety of ways with a variety of people. If a waiter constantly communicates incorrectly or even badly, the business may lose customers, money, and its reputation. So that waiter will quickly be out of a job.
You can have a restaurant floor, and one area you'll have a biker from Bacchus Marsh who will expect one form of service. You might have a group of ladies from Toorak from their Wednesday lunch together. So it's ability to be able to communicate at different levels to different people. And I think that you've seen one person communicate, you might have the ability to communicate with the bikie without a problem, but if you went over with the same communication, "G'day, how you going?" to the Toorak ladies, all of a sudden there would be a problem with it and they wouldn't be enjoying their experience.
Sometimes it's good to think about the type of communication your job requires and to think of the related communication skills that you will need. For example, if part of the job is taking messages over the phone, you'll need to be able to speak clearly, make notes, ask for clarification, and check the main points of the message. Reflect on the skills you already have and those you want some more confidence in. Some of these skills will be practiced and developed in your classes, but you can also use the links on this website to get more help and information.